When we
Ready?
get
Okay, go. Yo, yo, yo.
welcome,
Go ahead.
welcome to another crazy edition of 1909. I'm tired of introducing myself. If you don't know who I am by now, then you are on a long team. Wody, you want to tell them who you are?
Oh man, me, I'm gonna tell who I am. I'm Francis Woody, aka Goree, and then the fit today is Biggie Smalls is the illest.
Yeah,
That's right.
the illest. Respect to Biggie Smalls.
Yep.
Respect to Biggie Smalls. So
So the team today,
usually guys,
go ahead.
usually guys, for those watching, before we get involved, me and Wody, me and Francis Goree, we try to, just have a preamble conversation and know what's going on. We just got off a conversation right now when I told him that this is not a safe space. It's a safe space, but it's not a safe space. And there's nothing that's off the table for me. Okay. But what we're not going to do is disrespect. We're not going to disrespect any race, disrespect any gender. We're not going to disrespect any tribe. But you know what? We're going to make jokes. We're going to make jokes, and you have to deal with it. Because, like, I have a joke, for instance, black people and gay people, they have the same thing in common.
Okay, let's go. Okay, you know what? If they cancel us, we've not reached a million views. If they cancel us,
Exactly. We're
man.
not even to be cancelled here. What do you want to cancel about us?
Okay, that's how they'll come and find this one, and then they'll cancel you. They say,
They
"Oh
will go
man,
viral by canceling. Don't worry about it.
one of your early episodes were a little bit, you know."
I understand, but I want people to understand we're not here to violate anybody's persona or your beliefs or your thoughts. But I will share my jokes. My reality is my reality.
Fine.
Now, I mean, that's why I say I'm a black person, and I think black people and gay people are the same. Why? They're always seeking approval, are always begging for approval.
Okay, no.
400 years of slavery. Oh, I'm gay. No, fuck you. You black, you gay. I don't care. Sorry about that, bro.
Okay. Yes, I care. I 100% care. And there's
Don't
those
judge
that are
me.
always seeking for
Don't judge
attention.
me. Don't judge
Oh
me.
my goodness.
Don't
Let's
judge
just
me.
the contrast. Me, I'm drinking coffee. Look at that, guys. I'm drinking coffee. Somebody's drinking Heine. Oh my God.
I think I'm an alcoholic.
Okay, then it's a problem. You need to talk to AA or
Yeah,
something else.
it's a problem. It's a problem. I think I have a
Or you can
alcoholic
call.
problem.
I know my psychiatrist friend, the doctor we spoke to. He's not. I think he might have some substance abuse
But
speciality.
once he helps me again, I'll say one Olosho for him. Then you will now take it that I'm trying to give him Olosho because he has a wife. No, but that Olosho is like 5 star for you. High five. I'm not trying to give him Olosho.
Oh my God.
You say
All
something
right.
amazing, I'll say 3 Olosho for you.
Okay,
Now
fine.
this that
Okay,
just
let's bring
is
it back.
a figure
Let's
of
bring it
speech.
back. Let's bring it back. And it kind of segues to what our topic is today. Our topic today is culture shock. Really,
Culture
we're
shock.
gonna talk
Okay.
about our culture shock moving here, and then what the kind of culture shock we experienced moving here, and then because it was
Well, you've been here longer than me, so you should tell me like what was your first.
yeah. Oh, my first culture shock was, I would say, there were so many women wearing pants. It was just I don't know why. It's just because I grew up in Nigeria and then women are wearing wrap and stuff, and then you come around and then there are women wearing pants. Everywhere you go, they're all wearing pants. That was a big culture shock. Another one
Wow.
is because I moved to Memphis, the deep south, right? So in the deep south, every time you talk to somebody, they didn't understand my accent. So they'll all say,
I can't
"Huh?"
understand the Memphis guys speaking English.
They speak English, yeah. But even
I
their
don't
English
understand
is,
them.
well, it depends on who you're talking to. But you're right, because they say the words like main, finna. Another thing was finna. Everything was finna, finna,
Baba,
finna. What
Baba,
finna means?
Baba,
About to.
Baba. When I was in England,
Uh huh.
I met people from Liverpool, and
Hmm.
I did not understand a word of this what this motherfucker said. I went to Scotland. I couldn't in Glasgow, bro. You say, I will say, I beg your pardon. I beg your, like 20 times. I am never afraid to say, I beg your pardon. I'll tell you the sentence that, okay, I got it to this part, but the other part, I beg your pardon. Can you say it again?
Yeah.
Because you
Oh,
don't
and
need
then
to just
another
say
thing,
yes.
because Memphis is also the South. So in the South, we don't have good proper, like we were talking on our first episode about public transportation. It was not like you walk to the
Third
bus
world,
stop.
the third world, first world country.
Okay, so screw you. But so that was also a little bit of a culture shock because I had to hurry up and learn how to drive really quickly. I was fortunate that I had people around me that were able to help me out with that, with getting around and then finally getting a driver's license and finally being able to get a car. So that was my initial culture shock. And then when I went into college, because I did undergrad again, I went into college. What else was another culture shock? Um, I won't lie, just seeing the number of white people, there were just a lot of white people, just seeing them. And then
Yeah,
initially I was uncomfortable, but then after a
me
while, it
too, me
just,
too.
yeah, but after a while it became nothing. There was some initial discomfort, but then there was a lot of curiosity, especially because of my accent. So a lot of them, I had a very good experience in college regarding people wanting to talk to me and getting to know me because of my accent. And then I was able to join this community African student. Shout out to ASA. We did a lot of good things. ASA. We really did African Students Association. Now they've changed it to now African and Caribbean in Memphis. But it was a year behind me that they started it. And another thing that was very very interesting, that's kind of very uncanny. I'm Igala were like what 2 million people. We don't like Yoruba people that are all over the place. But anyway,
Everywhere you go to Brazil, you go to Cuba, Yoruba people are there.
when I started my first year, a year ahead of me, there's a guy that's a year ahead of me. His name is Hassan, and his brother Hussein. They're twins. They're Igala, and I didn't know that they were there. So that was the coolest thing. So I had these two Igala guys that were there. Was his brother went to Christian brother, and Hassan and I were very very cool to this day. Um,
Also, also.
that was also very very nice. In fact, he called me randomly a month ago, yeah, a month and a half ago, so to talk to another guy that also went with us. He lives in Abuja now, so that was very nice. He randomly called me on WhatsApp and say, "Hey, I have Malam here." I said, "Oh, really?" So that was cool. So that my culture shock was to talk about it was the transportation that was really not. They didn't have public transportation. Huh, huh. But you finna do this, finna do that. The number
Yeah,
of white people that I saw,
oh
and then
shit.
yeah, that was it.
Oh, bro, for me, my own gist, because now I live in Canada, but my
Oh yeah.
gist started from England. And in England, it was crazy. That's why if I travel to anywhere right now, my pride as a Nigerian guy is unmatched.
Hmm.
Because initially, as a grown ass guy, I sold a bunch of t-shirts to be able to travel to England just for 6 months. No, not 6 months. Actually, like 6 weeks holiday. I'm writing my thesis in University of Ife. I'm selling t-shirts at New African Shrine with Yenny Kuti and Femi Kuti. Auntie Yenny, respect to you for that. You guys helped me to my first 500,000 or whatever just by believing in me. So, bro, I fly to fucking England. The first thing I found out in England that's supposed to be full of white people, the England I used to remember as a small picking, was
No.
not like that. There were so many Indians. I was like, when am I going to see a white person?
Oh my God! So a lot of
That means
Patels and Gupta.
I'm telling you, there were so many of them. Then eventually, when I settled down and I went to a place like is it I think it's Brixton that we went to then there's another place southeast as well. We went
Hmm.
to eat. Bro, you will see a Nigerian guy calling out to his auntie 5 blocks away and say, Auntie Mokina and Lose Kolola. You are going to, they're going to shout across the road.
Yeah,
Then I saw all that stuff and I found out that, okay, you know one thing? This place is a no man's land. There's everybody here.
that is true.
So that was so fucking shocking because I thought I was going to come out here and people are speaking English. No, the first, from when I get down from the airport and everybody there were Indians, Pakistani, and all that stuff. I barely could see a white person. Some people were working, they couldn't even speak English back to me. Some people were like, so, like, wow. How come you speak amazing English and you're African?
Yeah, that question bothered me because I also that one I was think about for that because even in Memphis there are people say, "Oh, you can speak perfect English," and then one thing
Bro,
that I
to
did that I had to
capital,
do, I got to
to
tell you.
capital,
Go ahead. What?
to capital. Me that I said I sold t-shirts.
Hmm.
I was in Ife that time, University of Ife, suffering. Money no day with a drink daddy. My best food that time when exam is coming and I'm broke is to go and buy fufu. Fufu never expires. Then you now buy okra. You know okra now.
Yes.
When you cut the okra and you make the okra soup and the palm oil and everything, that
Yeah.
stuff will last you so long so I can eat and read.
Yeah.
Then I did all that and now still made money, traveled abroad. Then I got to McDonald's one day. I think that's like my second day out there. And I realized that 1 pound is a coin. Two
Yeah.
pounds, that's a coin. They
Yep.
got loads of coins. And in Nigeria, we stopped spending coins
Yeah.
a long
For a
time
long time.
ago.
Yep.
My brother, when I was buying shit and I finished buying, I paid. Then I don't know what I was putting out of my pocket. All my coins just dropped. Bam! You know when you drop a bunch of coins,
Yes.
everybody just looked at me. I was so embarrassed. I did not, I was like, wow. I did not want to pick it up. I just summoned up courage, picked up the 1 pound, 2 pound, the 50 pence, but I left the other 10 cents, the other money, because it was too much.
Tennis. Uh huh.
I like the money that dropped from my pocket, if I'm not exaggerating, must have been
Wow.
like 40 pounds in coins. Because I needed to have coins so I could get on the train, needed everything because I found out that coins were, bro, I couldn't pick up everything because I was so embarrassed. Some of the coins will roll to another person's other chair. You know,
So you
I'm so
just dash some
embarrassed.
people randomly that day money.
Yes, you know the funny part? When I picked up the most important ones to me
Hmm.
and I walked away, and I don't know what happened to me. I decided to look back. Bro, all of them stood up from their chair and started picking up the floor. As that was when I knew that me as an African kid, that is a dollar. At that time, it was 250 naira to
To the
one
pound.
pound. Now I mean, that's when I knew that white people are picking up my money on the floor. That's when I knew that
Okay,
now I
almost
mean,
fella.
we are confirmed gidigba.
Almost fella. It's
I
just
dey tell
natural.
you. That's what that's so for me, it is like the part of the culture shock is I have to watch the way I talk.
Yeah.
You cannot say, "Oh, I'm going crazy right now," because when you say you're going crazy, they actually think you're going crazy, crazy.
Yes. There
You
is
have
that
to
concern that it might be nuts. Well,
exactly.
another thing that you have to be. I noticed that I think this not naturally. You have to be a little bit more polite. And then
Yes,
I still my wife still kind of chides me every now and then that I'm not as polite as I can be when I'm ordering or talking to people when I'm
but
trying to
but
just but
you're right too. But at the same time, fuck that because those people they kill us. One thing I also
okay.
realized that they're so
Let's
polite,
go.
they're so polite, and they
Yes.
are fucking you up at the same time with their politeness. And you will not know that this person is just being condescending. That the person is so polite.
Well, there are people that are like that are very condescending. Yes, but in general,
Politely,
it doesn't
politely
cost
condescending.
you anything to be polite. So I've been learning and I've been trying to be more polite as more as I can every day with my interaction. Another culture shock that I had was especially in Nigeria. I think in New Jersey you don't pump your gas, so that's okay. But over here, everywhere I lived, I moved in Memphis, I moved in Florida.
You don't pump your gas in Jersey. How do you get gas then?
When you go there and then somebody else pumps it for you, like there's an attendant,
Oh, see, like Nigeria,
like
like in Nigeria,
Nigeria.
that time we have petrol attendants.
Yes. Over here, you go get your petrol, your gas. Now you the pump them yourself, and you
Now
pay
so
at
now, now so for Canada too. Now you go pump yourself. Oh.
yeah, I did not know that. So that was a culture shock. That was a big culture shock for the longest time. I'm like, seriously, I have to come out and do this. What the heck? And then
Yeah,
of course, and then when you first go to places like McDonald's and those kind of places and you get food, you have to take your everything you eat. You have to take it to the trash and trash it
yeah, by yourself too.
by
Yeah.
yourself. That was
No,
interesting.
you're right about that. A culture shock for me too was seeing the owner of the company actually picking up the mop and cleaning the floor. In Nigeria, the poorest man has got a maid. The
Yeah,
person
that
will not get money. You get person when no get money reach out, where they work for them. You know, so for over and you're right too. It was so funny because, and this is another thing. I did not started dating girls like
Mhm.
I'm dating, I'm going to be in a relationship with you till I moved out here. All out the time in Nigeria, I never believed in relationships, not to forgive my friends, not to knock through it, knock, go on.
You
I
know we
never
have
thought,
female. You know we have female listeners, and we're trying to
yes,
grab
but nevertheless,
everybody.
they're not going to shut us up because that's what I tell you. It's a
They're
safe
trying to
sport.
grab. I'm not saying shut you up, but this dude said they
It's a
knocked
safe sport,
away.
but it's not a safe
Wait,
sport at the same time.
let me ask you. How are you sure that they were not knocking you and throwing you away?
Exactly.
Okay.
Whichever it was both ways. So you're right. So I knock them through way or they knock me through way.
Okay.
Now I
Somebody
mean,
was throwing somebody away, sir.
yeah. So when I
Okay.
got into a relationship over here, that's when I found out that, oh shit, I have to be technical. I have to know how to make this. But in Nigeria, we have everybody that knows how to. If electric spoil, we get
Yeah.
Tochuku we go do am. If
Uh-huh.
not the tire, we get Bayo
Yes,
we go
Sam's
handle them. You know,
everybody there.
then I
Yep.
found out that over here, you got to handle everything by yourself.
Hmm. DIY is important as a
I swear to
realtor.
God, that's
As
one culture shock. And you know one thing I also realized, I don't want to have another man in my house going to fix the plumbing or something like that. Now I mean, I don't want because all these women out here, forgive me, they are too fickle minded. Or in mind, it gets
that,
small
that's
thing where they
okay.
just do
You know what?
sharp
No,
sharp, they
no,
don't fall in love. You know, I
no.
don't like that one self, but I go
Okay.
still talk out.
Okay,
Even
that's
if it
not
happen
true.
for Nigeria self, it happen
That's
for Nigeria self.
everywhere. It happens everywhere. Don't just say
Yes,
fickle
it
minded.
happen for
It
Nigeria
happens
self.
everywhere. So things
Now
happen,
I
and then
mean,
and it's not
no,
just women. Men do it
it
too.
wasn't like that when our parents were.
That is a lie. They've always been like that. I can tell you.
No, I'll tell
Let
you
me
why.
look. Let me tell you why it's a freaking lie. And I'm not going to tell the story about a family
I
that
believe
I
you,
know,
though.
and
I
the
believe
older
you,
lady,
though.
the
It's a
older.
funny story. We go talk out.
It's like it's a freaking lie. You hear when you go to your village, or if I go to my village, you hear, oh yeah, this is so and so's wife. Okay, where's his husband? Where's the husband? Well, it's not with him. Okay, she's just there, yeah, and then yeah, those two kids are his, but then another kid is somebody else's. Or
Yeah.
there was a girl that I was dating in Nigeria, beautiful girl, they were like very beautiful girl, very popular family, but then she is like a step from the family. So like, okay, well, wait a minute. It happens. So that would say that it happens everywhere. They're
No, you're
lots
right. Because
earlier
I
than
remember
now.
when I was growing up, and my father and my mom had a beautiful marriage. I remember I had an uncle that him and his wife were always at loggerheads.
Hmm.
And in those days, people's wives and people's husbands and stuff, they cheat. But
Yeah,
it wasn't a thing that they discussed. Now I
true.
mean, and
Oh,
but
we
the
did
thing is
hear
that
it.
but I would also say in those days, it takes more than just being able to be a plumber to take another woman's wife. In those days, there was
Another
substance.
woman's wife. They were marrying women were marrying women in Nigeria in those days. You
Yes, but
said
I'm
to
just
take
saying.
another woman's wife.
Now you understand what I'm saying?
I
When I say
understand
take,
what you're saying, but you said it funny. Instead of you saying another man's wife, you said another woman's wife.
oh sorry, yeah, you're right. Another man's wife. You're right about that. Now I mean, you're right. There were women were not marrying women, but to take another man's wife at that time, it took more than just sitting down there and having a conversation
Well, I
and
don't know.
paying
I wasn't
attention.
there. I don't think so. I think you're wrong, but
No, I'm telling you,
okay.
I agree with you that shit was happening, but
Uh-huh.
you cannot lie. We cannot deny the fact that 40 years ago there was more
Yes.
substance in this world than now.
That's fucking bullshit, and I don't curse. The 40 years ago,
And I'll tell you
there's
why.
no
I'll
difference.
tell you why. I have scientific uh support for what I just said.
Okay, what is it? Trust me.
40 years ago, there were more present fathers than we have now. Look
Where
around you,
present fathers where are we talking about
everywhere
in
in the world,
Nigeria or in the United Kingdom or
everywhere in
where?
the world, majority of the world, especially in Nigeria, where we're from, there were
Okay,
more
so
present
we're
fathers,
using Nigeria as the
especially Nigeria.
okay. Where are your
Now,
statistics?
now, bro,
Where are your statistics?
you are the Google guy, you are the Woogle guy,
Okay,
you are the one that should prove me wrong that I'm lying.
no, no.
Let me
Again,
tell you
we
something.
had this conversation before. You are the one that made the claim, so come and prove your claim.
No,
Give us the stats.
when I make the claim, I don't have to prove it.
Yes, you do. If you don't prove
You
it,
have
then it's
to disprove a
no,
claim.
no. We had this discussion before and we agreed. If you come with a extraordinary claim,
I
you
will
bring
fuck you up now.
extraordinary evidence. Bring the
Let me fuck you
extraordinary
up now.
evidence. Okay,
If I come up and tell you that I'm a woman now, that I just chance into a woman, am I going to have to show you my dick or my pussy?
well, if you say that, yeah, well, no, no, no. If you say you're a trans person, being trans, I will believe that because being
And
trans,
oh, so why would you not believe that off the gate? Why?
because being trans is different from being
So,
trans is different
what if
from
I was
making a
lying? What if I'm
claim.
lying that I'm trans?
You could be lying that you're trans.
So, but
Very
you
true.
believe that because you're trying to play safe.
I'm not
That's
playing
what you're
safe.
trying to do, bro. You're trying to be safe.
I'm not playing safe. It's just we are in a world today
Okay, so
where there
Wody,
are
I
people
have,
that have
I
there
don't
are
even
people
want
that
to
have
even call you Wody.
no,
Wody,
no.
I am
Listen to me.
officially trans right now.
Listen
I
to me.
just
We're
shaved
in
off
a
my
world
dick.
today where there
I
are
just
people
shaved off
that
my dick last night.
you see, and that's even wrong. First off, you can be trans and you don't have to have transitioned your sex. You can be trans and still have the anatomy of the traditional
But I
male
want to have a
anatomy.
pussy, so I shaved it off last night.
Oh God, you have to say pussy. And then if you say, well, if you said you shaved off a pussy last night, then yes, I want to see it. If you don't show me that, then
Now
I'll
you
say
want
you're
to see
lying.
my pussy.
Yes, yes, I will ask you to see if it's
And
that.
that's exactly what I'm saying. So it's on you to disprove me.
No, I will ask you the question. You came and you said, I'm trans,
You
I've
know, it's
transitioned
for you
to a
to
woman
disprove
now.
me.
I'll ask you this question. No, there'll be follow-up questions. So have you transitioned surgically or you just transitioned in your
Bro,
mind? If you
you may not,
transition in your mind,
but
then
let's
I
go
can
back to
only
what I'm saying.
by your
You're just
word.
trying to be safe. You're
I'm
trying to
not
be
being
safe.
safe.
When we were in school, we know a
Yes,
lot of kids that were like, everybody was afraid of their dad. And some people, oh, their papa don't die, their papa don't die. But everybody had somebody that we were afraid of. Nowadays, are you telling me that all of us that grew up together, you know, how some of
yes,
us have baby mothers and
yes,
we don't even talk to?
yes, yes.
In
Some
those
people have
days,
baby
was our
mothers.
parents like that? No. The
Yes,
world
they
is
had baby
changing, bro.
mothers.
Let's be honest.
We okay, let's be honest too.
There are
There are
less
some
responsible
cases.
men in the world
No,
today.
okay, you know what? Let's be honest too. There are quite a number of Casey boys that were in our set that if you knew them and you hung out with them and you knew them by their background at home, they were single mothers. They were kids of single mothers.
Yes,
Okay,
I know,
and then
but their
that's
father died,
no, not necessarily that their father passed away. They're
or their
just
father married another woman. But what was the population?
it's all anecdotal evidence. I'm just telling you, I'm countering your point that it is bullshit that you're
I
saying.
know. There were
Um,
people from polygamous families that their father was
okay,
still there.
thank you. So it's what you're saying is bullcrap. It's the same thing now,
No,
unless you
how is
have
it
some
bull crap?
data.
There in the
Okay,
in the
you know, let's
polygamous
go back.
family, the
We're
father
going
was
back
still
to our
there. The
culture.
father would still go
Okay,
and whoop your ass.
we have
Yep.
meandered. Let's go back to culture shock. We have meandered. Let's go back
Yes,
to
let's
culture
go to
shock.
the culture shock. Part of the culture shock is over here that okay, um, polygamy is not allowed. That's another culture shock for me. For me, I have to declare my savings to my woman, and she has to be in my money. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, we they dash everything out. If my mother calls me and she needs $100, now they give her. My woman, if he ask me, say, why did you just give your mom $100? Is she mad?
But so the thing is, it's a team. You have to be a team, and then here it's a little. The culture is different in that in order for you to continue to be successful and you're one unit, you act as a team. And if you
Is
are a
that why my credit
team,
is fucked up now? Because we were a team and she would rather spend the money on TVs and getting a good life and maintaining the life for us. But then we broke up.
that's different, and that happens.
Exactly.
That happens.
Exactly.
That
Culture shock too. Credit
okay. That's
score,
a culture.
credit,
That's a culture.
credit,
That's a
credit
culture
score,
shock too.
culture shock.
Yeah, that's a culture shock too, for real. That is a good culture shock. I agree with that one.
But I have to share everything in half. No, in Nigeria, you break up with your woman, carry your load, get the fuck out. No, if I break up with a woman now, we're splitting everything, even
Yeah,
the
but she
shirt.
could kick you out too. Even in Nigeria, she could kick you
I
out.
left my house when I broke up with my woman. I left the house I love so much,
Hmm.
and she's got a kid, even though it's not
Yeah.
my kid, but I love that kid. I could not break up with the child and the bedroom that I spent time and money to build for that child. I left. I had to work out. In Nigeria, they will tell you, yeah, carry your load, they
You
go.
know what you said. I remember there's a movie called there's an old movie Clueless, It- and in that Clueless there was a line the father said, which was similar to what you just said, and I think it's very. I respect you more for you just saying that really,
Thank
because
you,
you
sir.
say
Thank you, sir.
you break up with the girl, but you don't divorce the child. You don't
Never.
divorce
That's my
you don't
till
break up
today.
with
That's
the
still my
child.
daughter till today. Her
Yeah.
name is Chloe Lemley, and I love the fuck out of her. And I want the whole world to know
Oh,
that's my
that's,
daughter still.
oh, look at you. You have evolved. Oh my God, Kole.
I
Yeah.
mean, what?
Yeah, you have evolved. We just need to bring you. We're on the same team sometimes. You
Yeah,
are
no, that's why
always
we're still here. But what that's the thing. That's why I love our vibe. Even when we agree, it doesn't even seem like we agree. And we're there to check one another.
yeah,
And that's
true.
what and that's one thing I love about my friends or the real friends I have. I don't need yes men in my life. I don't need people to tell me that, oh, Kole, oh, you're doing amazing, even when they know I'm doing bullshit. I want friends that when I'm doing amazing, they're still going to check me and say, Kole, are you sure? Now, I mean, so I feel like that's what we have because
I
you're
feel
that
you.
kind of guy that you could say something crazy right now and I'll just go mad at you and I'll say, fuck
Uh-huh.
you, blah, 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 blah.
Yes,
And
yes,
2 minutes
yes,
later,
you
I'll call
will.
you up.
Yes, you
You
will.
know,
Yes, you will. But that's okay, and I'll go mad at you back. That's
you
okay.
know, 2 minutes later, I call you up and me and you, we can actually calm
Yeah,
down and be like,
we can calm
okay.
it down. That
So
happens, and
for
that's
me,
cool.
that's gold. I appreciate that more than any other fake type of friendship, my nigga. That's why I
I
love you, man.
appreciate that. Oh my.
That's why I love you,
Okay.
man. I trust me, man. You're
I
my
think
guy.
our producer is coming. Producer, are you
Yeah,
coming? Say. I heard her
she knows.
walking.
She knows she's producer, Abby.
She said no. She's like, leave me
Oh,
alone.
oh, let's tease her. Let's tease her. She probably would like a dollar for every question she answers.
No, she doesn't answer. No, she can't hear what we're saying, and I'm not starting that. Next thing you know, because she's too smart. Next thing you know, everything should be asked. You'll be saying, "Daddy, ask me questions so I can get $1." No.
Oh, bro, I already told you though that youngin, both of them, our job is to make sure that they can do better than we
Of
do.
course.
Now
Yeah.
I
For
mean,
sure.
so um, like I said, bringing her up, showing off our reading skills, because most of the people right now they want to show off their children being naughty so that it can go viral. No, that is not our own kids. Our own kids are going to be the ones that next custodians of science.
True.
Now I
Very,
mean,
very true.
so she can still. It's on you. It's on us. Now I mean to make sure that when we bring her up, she's talking intellectual stuff. Now I mean
Yeah.
she's going to learn something, and she can come on our podcast and give us some nice, interesting facts.
Oh, that's yeah, yeah. I agree with that. I'm hyped for that, and that's the goal. That
Yeah,
is the goal. That's what
absolutely.
we're working
And don't
towards.
be afraid for her to ask you questions because you go see ask question tire.
Oh no, she asked question die. I have this thing that I'm working on, and I know we're deviating from our topic, but I have this thing that I'm trying to work on, and that's why I constantly on social media post when she asks me a question or when she says something funny, I put it on social media. And the reason I put it on Facebook is because I want to eventually, very soon, probably, I no, let me say it in real time now. By November, I want to put that all together and publish a book of the stories. Because
Oh, yeah, I actually have a book. I have a children's book too.
you have a children's book. You didn't tell me
Yeah.
we should hype it up. What's it called?
Also, it started with Adventures of Fella.
Have you published it?
Um, no. So I had a deal from Evans. You know Evans Publishers in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
You know Evans.
Yeah.
So I had a deal
Yep.
from them, and I turned the deal down
Why?
simply because I wanted to keep my residual rights.
Okay.
I wanted to be able to let them have the book, but in case we're gonna turn it into a cartoon or series or anything, I wanted to be able to keep the rights.
Okay.
And they just wanted me to sign like it was a textbook. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Oh well, you're the lawyer. Let them fuck up. They're
Yeah.
trying to.
And I'm talking to one of my KCOB boys too. He's in Winnipeg. His name is Folusho George. I think it's a 96 set. It's a
Mhm.
KC boy. So definitely, I'm trying to take it away from fella now. I want to make it my name because I don't even want to talk to the fella Kuti family right now.
If you put anything as fella, they will come for you for their
Yes, I no. Even though
royalty.
Yanni Kuti already told me go ahead, but right now I don't even want to do that.
They will ask for it unless you have that in writing and she
Yes, I
signs
don't want to
something
talk to
out.
their lawyers. I don't want to know how it's going on. I don't want to do it
Yeah.
because what I learned was after I wrote my book and Yenny loved it and everybody loved it, then my boy, his name is Feko. Feko made an album uh I think he called the album Fela Must Rise. It was a dedication to Fela Kuti.
Yeah.
Did a whole lot of Fela Kuti samples on the album. Then I went and to the shrine to promote it for him.
Hmm.
Me, him, and Femi Kuti took a picture with that. So Femi went home and go listen to that shit. And Femi thought that, oh, everybody's going to think he just signed up for us to go use his dad's name and he got money
Yeah.
from that and he never told the lawyers. So he got mad at me for that. And I said, oh, Uncle Femi, no, we love Fela too much that we don't even have time to be calling you guys. We want you guys to sue us. Fucking sue us. We don't have time. Because by the time I want to get to your lawyer, I would have finished the whole album by the time I want to get to your lawyer. So why do I
Yes.
want to wait a year to get to your lawyer when I want to do something? Hey, mama, don't worry. I know she's my girl. She's our
Okay.
music is loud
Are
like
you
that.
in that a watermelon mama?
Ah, it depends. You're married. You're asking me this question, and our doctor
I'm
is
look.
like, I don't want
I'm
to do so for him. You're
I
mad.
am living vicariously through
I
you.
will
That's
report you to
all.
Karen.
All I did was ask. I
I
can't
will,
see
I
anything.
will report you.
You can report me if you want
I
to.
will
Report
report
me.
you. So, so basically, I'd rather change it to the adventures of us or adventures of anything, and I will share that book with you
Hmm.
because I know that you two you will come up with mad stories. There's so much stories between us
Yeah,
that we
for sure.
have.
Uh-huh.
That I mean, so
Yeah,
so the
that'll be
children
cool.
are welcome too. The children are welcome
Yeah,
too,
so
and
I'm gonna write the book. Is I have a working title in my head. Is because it's always
I'll
I
be
always
more than
end
happy.
it.
I'll be more than happy to assist as well, if you don't mind.
Oh,
If you will
cool.
take my support,
Yeah, I'll
I'll
take your
write with
support.
you.
I think the title. I think I've decided the title because each time I post something on social media now, it's like a score. I score it. So I always put say one, then daddy zero, then I'll put something else as a header, as like a byline. But the
And you have
title
to
of the
come
book
up
is
with the
say
jokes
one,
because you're too
daddy zero.
serious, bro. You're too serious. You have to come up with the jokes. We have to have the
That
jokes.
that
Now I
okay.
mean,
You know what? When you get a chance, check my Facebook, and then you see some of them. They're all funny. They're
I
all
know
like
they're all
hilarious
funny,
stuff.
but you still need to. Damn, girl.
Okay, stop.
Damn, girl.
We have my
Damn.
wife might see this, and they're
Nah,
female.
nah,
We have
man, she's
female fans.
badass today. I'm not going down.
Oh lordy,
So,
lordy,
bro, you
lordy.
have to come up with the jokes. Just like the guy say, I want a show for you. Five a show for him.
Okay, thank you.
Eh,
Okay,
then,
thank you.
then again, what I
Is
mean by
no
coming up with the jokes as well is
uh-huh.
that we need to be able to have like we're going to bring up so guys, for those listening, we're going to do a whole lot of health awareness podcasting over here. We're going to talk about hypertension, we're going to talk about prostrates, we're going to talk about a whole lot of stuff. But trust me, I'm going to come up with a joke because by the time we have
Okay, yeah, we can. True, true, true.
prostate cancer guy, I'm going to ask them why do they have to butt fuck people or put something in my ass without buying me dinner first.
You know what? Let me even send him a message now while we're on the podcast and say, "Yo,
Yeah,
how's it going?"
he's gonna
Let
buy
me
me dinner
send it.
first before he can do me colonoscopy and open my. And I'm not gonna open my ass to a guy. I have to request a doctor lady. It's got to be a lady doctor. Now I mean, I don't want a guy to see my ass or put a finger in my ass to check my shit. But it's what happens. We need it. It's health wise. What's happening to you? Why is your internet shaking in Florida? In the whole of Miami, Tampa. My guy's internet is shaking. Okay. So in the meantime, before it gets back on, I'm going to light this go, and I hope we're still recording, and we're going to release it like that. Personally, we don't give a fuck. If I owe you money or you owe me money, everybody should go and line up. Now, I mean, we'll take care of the business. In life, don't give yourself hypertension, don't give yourself headache. Everything will be taken care of. Now, I mean, homeboy, where are you? Where did he go? Yeah, I think he went to line up. He went to line up our next interview. Oh, I'm the only one here.